All right, good morning, everybody. Please be seated. I am Brian Singleton, and I have the honor of being principal here at Daniel C. Oaks, and I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for being here for this awesome event. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and I'm sure each of you has as well. So it's with great pleasure and pride on behalf of our staff, students, alumni, and soon-to-be graduates that we welcome you today to our December 2023 graduation ceremony. To make this momentous occasion, we have some honored guests to introduce. As you're introduced, please rise to be acknowledged and then be seated. So first of all, we have Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Danny Windsor. We have Executive Director of Schools, Mr. Dan McMenemy. And Douglas County School District Board of Education Director, Ms. Susan Meek. Okay, at this time, the graduating class of 2023 and I would like to make a special recognition of the teachers and staff here at Daniel C. Oaks High School for all their years of dedication to the students and the community. Your belief in our students and commitment to showing up for them every single day has helped us make this day possible. Please help me honor our wonderful teaching and rest of staff at Oaks. Okay, it is my honor to invite community partners to present some scholarship awards to some of our graduates today. So first up, we have Mercedes Kaler with the Plum Creek Church Scholarships. Please join me on stage.
Do I say a little something? I wasn't expecting this. Well, good morning. Yes, as principal, I almost said president. As Principal Singleton said, my name's Mercedes Kaler, and we're with Plum Creek Church. It is our honor to be here today and present 2 scholarships to the graduating class here of December 2023. You usually see us not dressed up so fancy, but we're usually delivering fruit twice a week to the students here, and we love you students and we love you staff, and it is our privilege and honor to serve you, and we are providing the cupcakes after the ceremony, so please make sure you stop by and grab yourself a cupcake, okay? So the first award that we are presenting here for the scholarship is Matthew Nightingale. So Matthew, if you can come on over here, honey. I'm going to present this.
Good job, Matthew. And the second scholarship that we are awarding is to Killian Copeland.
Okay, thank you, Plum Creek Church. And congratulations to Matt and Killian. I would now like to introduce Bruce Bowman. He is with the Friends of DC Oaks to present their scholarship. Come on up.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Colorado, and I'm sure it's an absolutely wonderful day to be graduating from high school. Congratulations to all of you. A few years ago, our organization known as Act on Poverty started a program supporting graduates from alternative high schools throughout the Denver area. Earlier this year, we formed a group called Friends of DC Oaks High School and awarded 3 scholarships here in May. Today I'm honored to be here again to do the same, to give scholarships to 3 very deserving students. Each will be a $1,000 scholarship to the academic institute of their choice. So, without further ado, Carly Richardson. You bet. Lily Hudson. And Matthew Nightingale. Have a good day, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Bruce and Friends of DC Oaks. Congratulations to Matthew, Carly, and Lily, and to all our scholarship recipients. We are so proud of you. I would also like to thank our post-secondary counselor, Miss Lori Peoples. Where is she? Go ahead and give a wave there. For connecting with these students and kind of being the go-between to make these scholarships happen. So thank you. All right, so today our featured speaker was hired in 1999 to teach social studies at Daniel C. Oaks High School, beginning a career committed to alternative education. This commitment was and is for those students who deserve an alternative setting and to the staff who are courageous and lucky enough to end up there. He is presently the assistant principal at Red Canyon High School in Eagle, Colorado, where he does his best to get kids to school, keep them from vaping in the bathrooms, and to continue trudging their paths towards a diploma. Please help me, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Brian Wood, better known at Oaks as Woody. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Singleton, and thank you, staff, students, and the Oaks community for this incredible honor. Hey, graduates, it's nice to see you. Thank you for having me. I thought I would begin by giving a shout out to the curious turn of events that brought us all together here today, what some might refer to as a coincidence. And when I think about such things, I'm always reminded of a scene in the book A Prayer for Owen Meany, when the train, the Yankee Flyer, passes over them and John screams, "What a coincidence!" meaning it was a far-fetched piece of luck that brought us all here today. But Owen Meany didn't believe in coincidences. Owen Meany believed that coincidence was a shallow refuge of shallow people who were unable to accept the fact that their lives were shaped by a terrifying and awesome design, more powerful and unstoppable than the Yankee Flyer. My own trajectory to this moment began somewhere in the mid-90s when I ran into a group of alternative high school kids at the Durango Public Library. At the time, I was preparing to be a teacher, about to graduate, and would soon be looking for a job. What struck me was that after talking to these kids, I realized that they didn't just attend their school, they belonged there. They belonged to it, and it belonged to them. I was hooked, decided I would find a school just like theirs, and have never looked back. What a coincidence that I happened to find this one. And I'll say this about my experience at DC Oaks, because I think it sheds light on what happens to all of us who find our way here. Looking back, I was a little bit lost. And the experience of discovering this school and being hired to teach here was a little bit like being found. I didn't just work at Oaks. I belonged here. And the only way I can really, this is not, the only way I can really describe it is by saying that I felt taken in. Have you ever been taken in? It's pretty cool. Graduates, I would like you to think back to that moment before finding Oaks, when you realized that going to school was no longer a positive part of your life. When you realized that there was either something wrong with school or something wrong with you for not liking school. Maybe this unfolded gradually over time. Maybe there was a bright light moment where it happened suddenly. Either way, go back, if you will, in your mind's eye to that point where the joy was gone and school was no longer cool, and the thought of going and the thought of not going brought anxiety and conflict into your life because everyone around you was telling you that your future depended on this and that if you didn't go, very terrible things would or could happen. Are you there? Okay, that's all over now. You never have to go to school another day in your life unless you want to. That's pretty cool. Congratulations. And now between those two moments, between then and now, something incredible happened. But I'll let you tell that story when it's your turn at this podium. What I want to say now is that this business of education, what you learned here, the curriculum, the papers you wrote, the books you engaged with, the arguments you crafted, the problems you solved, all of this is very, very important. The whole point of a public education was to safeguard our democracy, that students, citizens of a democratic society could not sustain both ignorance and freedom. But here's the deal. As graduate of Oaks, you got more than that. Not only are you educated in the manner necessary to safeguard our democracy, but you are also educated in a way that I believe is missing from many other schools and arguably in society itself. Too often we are taught that self-interest alone leads to achievement, and achievement is the only path to success. We are taught to impress others instead of rely on them, that it's not how we live that matters, but how much we have. What is missing is the value in the experience of having once been lost and to then be found. What is missing is the worth of what it means to be taken in. You see, what you have received at Daniel C. Oaks High School hinges not upon the curriculum, but upon the connections. When you are a graduate of Oaks, you speak more fluently the foreign language that the world needs most right now, the language of the heart. I recently had a conversation with someone who told me that while alternative schools like this one are great with relationships, they needed to increase rigor and be more like other schools. And I didn't say it, but I thought it. You obviously know nothing about the work these schools do. Schools like this one, and trust me when I say there's few, and when I say few, I might actually mean none. Schools like this one don't choose relationships over rigor. What schools like this one figured out, a long time ago actually, is that for some kids, you have to go through the heart before you can get to their head. And I didn't ask the question, but I will now. Have you ever been taken in? It's pretty cool. Graduates, I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for this coincidence. It's your turn.
Okay, thank you very much, Brian. It is wonderful to have you back on campus. I know a lot of people were excited, so thank you again for being here. Would our Douglas County School District Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Danny Windsor, please join me at the podium? Seniors, would you please stand? Mr. Windsor, on behalf of the staff of Daniel C. Oaks High School and the students who stand here before you today, I certify to you that these students have met all requirements for graduation set forth by the Douglas County School District Board of Education, I hereby present to you for acceptance and conferral of their diplomas the senior class of December 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Singleton. On behalf of Douglas County School District, the Board of Education, it is with great pride and admiration that I accept the Daniel C. Oakes graduating class of December 2023. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Windsor. Graduates, please be seated. At Oaks, we have many traditions, and this next tradition is without a doubt one of our best. At this time, I have the honor of reading the names of each of our honored graduates. They each will come to the podium to accept a certificate of appreciation that they will then present to family members or special guests. Then they will return to the stage to accept their diploma and address the audience. Again, this is the best part, so super excited. Here we go. Ariel Amayo. You go give them to the people that you made them for. Ariel, after she graduates, will continue to work. Her dream is to one day work in an animal rehabilitation center helping injured animals. Yeah, she's going to come and shake your guys' hand.
When I first got here, it really felt like I was a part of a family. I felt like even when things weren't going great in my life, I still had family to come back to every morning. A family filled with so much love and support and understanding. Without Oaks, I would have never met my best friends or the love of my life. I went from jumping from school to school to finally finding a place where I felt like I belonged. This was somewhere I could actually stay. This place would get me through. And it did get me through because now I'm here graduating. I just want to share my appreciation for every single person who contributed to me being up here today. Because a few years ago, I didn't think I would make it to this point. So thank you all for helping me prove myself wrong.
Olivia Grace Baudo. So Olivia will take some time off. During her time off, she plans to explore different career options, and we are wishing her the best of luck.
Out of infinity, my favorite number is 10. This didn't mean much to me until one of my mentors told me the power of it. There are infinite ways to make an equation that equals 10, and these can be as simple as 9 plus 1 or they can be long and complicated with various steps preventing 10 from being the answer. Now, I want you to take a moment and replace 10 with your goal, your hope, or your dream. Any goal that you have, there will be infinite ways to reach it. Endless ways to solve the problem to get to your desired result. Just like in writing this speech, each person would start and end it differently, but the message remains the same. We are truly grateful for the people who stood by us and those who continue to stand by us so we can achieve our goals. Although attending Oaks is not the traditional way to graduate, each one of us changed our equations to get to this shared 10 being graduation. Just like our imaginations, it reminds us that the potential of greatness and adventures are limitless. So I have embraced the unknown, and I'm letting my imagination guide me to the endless possibilities to solve any and all of my future equations to 10. Lastly, I couldn't have made it to this point without my friends, my family, mentors, teachers, and all their incredible support. I genuinely appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm beyond grateful to have you in my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I sincerely hope you all find your way to 10.
Haley Ann Sear Blevin. Haley will attend the Rocky Mountain College of Arts and Design. Her long-term goal is to become a maxillofacial technician or medical illustrator.
When stepping into this new chapter of life, I've realized that it's better to look forward and to face the fears that were once holding you back. So today, I'm taking my biggest fears and the past 4 years of my life to celebrate and to create a new chapter. With limitless ideas and boundaries that are asking to be pushed, it doesn't matter how I got here or who I was when I started high school. What matters is the challenges I faced and the person I have become. With that being said, I wanted to thank my friends, family, and mentors. I want to thank the people who tested me and pushed me. And so I'm wishing everyone luck with creating their next chapter.
Killian Gray Copeland. Killian has been accepted to attend Colorado Mesa University beginning in January. She plans to study to become a teacher with a certification in art education for grades kindergarten through 12th grade.
I remember the night before my first day at Oaks, I was so nervous about what to expect. I remember my dad telling me to go in confident and with an open mind because this was going to be a new start for me. When I first started at Oaks, I was heavily struggling with my mental health, addiction, and was confused about what I wanted in life. Today, I'm graduating, which is something I never thought was going to happen for me. First, I'm grateful to be here to thank everyone who helped me get to this point. First, I want to start with my sister / second mom, Celis, who has been my rock through everything. I know I wouldn't be the person I am today without your endless love and support. You will forever be my best friend. I also want to thank my other sister, Ava. We may not be blood related, but you have been accepted into the family regardless. You have seen me during my best and worst moments, and you have always been there for me, and I will forever be grateful for that. I also want to thank my brother Kaiser for always being a voice of reason and being a light in my life. Thank you. Sorry. I also want to thank the two people who made me be able to stand up here today possible. My parents. First, my beautiful mom for always making me laugh, never making me feel like I wasn't enough, and for sticking through it with me and always being there for me in whatever way I needed. And my dad. You have always been a superhero in my eyes. You taught me how to be resilient, and your love, You taught me how to be resilient and strong through everything. I know I haven't always been the easiest, but your love and help made me be able to be here today. I'm also grateful that I got the opportunity to meet some of my favorite people here, like the person who showed me what real love was supposed to feel like, my amazing boyfriend and built-in best friend. Finally, I want to thank the incredible staff here for the endless help and support with anything I needed. Brandon, thank you for letting me talk to you about literally anything I think about and being one of my biggest supporters with my art. I'm sad that I won't be able to be your stand-in security guard anymore. And you better not let anyone take my seat by your desk. Marty, you were one of the first teachers who ever made me feel smart, and I'm grateful that you would push me to do my best every day. And Mr. A, who isn't here, but thank you for helping me grow my love for art and everything surrounding it. I'll miss talking to you about scary movies, our newest favorite songs, and the weird new art piece we saw. I also want to thank all the other teachers who have taught me, because you have all made an impact on my life that I won't ever forget. And before I'm done, I want to take this time to recognize the two people who made me want to be a teacher, but unfortunately couldn't be here with us today. My old teacher, Mrs. Lumpkin, my birthday twin. I know you are still watching and celebrating this moment with me. I miss you every day, and I will always remember your endless support, belief, and love for me. And Mr. Daly, your class was always a highlight of my day when I first started at Oaks. I'll always remember you pulling me out of my classes just to check in with me and make sure I was okay. Your spirit embodies who I want to be, and I hope someday I can be that light for someone too. I will forever hold Oaks and everyone here in a special place in my heart for allowing me to be the person I always dreamed of becoming. Thank you.
Charlie Ferguson. Charlie will take a gap semester before attending Emily Griffith Technical College for cosmetology. Charlie plans to become a hairstylist.
The lights are hot. Hello, I am Charlie Ferguson, and I have been here at Oaks for a little over 2 years. And I would like to open with something that I have been saying since my first quarter. This school has saved my life. I would be dead if it were not for the people I have now because of this school. Before I came here, I had a letter written to my family, and nothing to my friends. I had none. Now that I'm here, I realize how stupid that would have been. The people I have met over these past 2 years changed my life forever. I have found love, humor, friendship, kinship, philosophical foundation, and so much more. I've been thinking about and writing this in my mind since my very first graduation. It was inspiring and beautiful. I hardly knew anyone who graduated, and yet it changed me. Saying that, I've forgotten everything I wanted to say as I was writing this. Now to the personal thank yous in no particular order. Thank you to my mama. You have been my best friend and my life. We understand each other, a bond between mother and daughter that is simply irreplaceable. You are so strong. I know the life you had wasn't the life you wanted, but I'm so glad I was born. I'm so happy to get to share my love and my life with you as my mom. Thank you. Xander, my brother, you are my rock and one of my best friends. Ever since we were little, you have been my confidant. I tell you everything. All of my secrets, my illicit activities, my doings, good and bad. You have been there for me through all of it. You've offered nothing but love and support when I told you my secrets. Thank you, and I love you. Sebastian, my other brother. You may not be my blood relative, but we might as well be. It seems like we are truly siblings in another life. You and I get each other in a way I never knew two friends could. I share my most personal things with you, and you with I. Like the Nordic myth states, we were one, born of 4 arms and 4 legs. We have found each other, and we are whole again. Thank you for being my friend. I love you so much. To my dad, I'm sorry for everything we've been through. We two are of the same breed. I attribute so much of my personality, music taste, likes, dislikes, mannerisms, everything to you. I am so glad you're in my life again. I love you. 2 people couldn't be here today that I really wish there were. My beautiful and wonderful fiance, Norman. They're the love of my life, an angel in my darkest hours. They have never given up on me, despite everything I have put them through. They stayed with me and loved me all the same. I'm forever grateful. The second person is my late best friend, Sean. He took his own life 5 years ago. I like to think he would be so proud to see me here. Finally, I want to talk about one of the most important people in my life. This man saved me, and I'm being genuine when I say it. There were so many days I was ready to end my life, saved up pills, written a letter, everything, and he was always there for me. He has shown me love and kindness. He is the most intelligent person I have ever met. His name is Dane Clark. When I first met him in my U.S. government class, I thought we would never be friends, and I'm so glad that isn't true. That wasn't true. Our conversations about philosophy every day in Cruz's class opened my eyes to so many new possibilities. He let me see the beauty in life, the love for the mundane. I would have never been able to think as much and as well as I do if it weren't for him planting the seed. Thank you, Dane. I love you so much. Many, many teachers here have changed my life as well. Paulette is like a father to me. He made me feel like I was actually important in this school. Our playful back and forths have been my day's highlights since I first had your class. Daily, I miss you and I love you, and I'm sorry I never got to give you my poem, but I hope that you've heard it in heaven. To Talbert, for making me love reading and philosophy again. To Condon, for being the first teacher who talked to me and being my friend. And to Haas, for being so smart, funny, and real with me. He made me genuinely interested in U.S. government. Who could have thought? I could continue talking, telling every story in detail about everyone I love, but we would be here for years. Thank you, Daniel C. Oakes. I love every single one of you. Goodbye.
Louis Michael Feza. Louis will attend an electrical lineman program after graduation. He also plans to pursue getting his commercial driver's license.
I do not have a speech written, but I would like to give personal thanks to my amazing family, all the teachers here, and that's it. Thank you.
Elliot Olivia Joy Hines. Elliot plans to start a dog grooming apprenticeship program after graduation. Elliot also plans to start her own business.
Like most of the other kids going to this school, I thought I was going to drop out and get my GED. I was late every single day or just didn't show up at all, and my class would cheer when I made it in on time. That happened once. Oaks was my last hope, and I was convinced I was going to be here for maybe a quarter and then leave. Now, here I am, more than a year later, on a stage I never thought I'd be standing on. I've accomplished so many things I never could have even imagined achieving, and so much of that has been from the help of this school. This school has provided me with a future I couldn't get with any other school, and that's not just with getting my diploma, but also with improving my character and now being 2 years clean. Miss Klein, you're one of the first teachers to make me feel like I'm actually a capable student with potential. You were always so supportive and patient and helped me find myself at this school. Mr. Cruz, I miss fighting in the trenches in your gym class. You always had the best attitude, and I really miss kicking your butt at tennis. Mr. A, even though you're not here, I'm going to miss your class and going to your classroom to do art. You helped me reconnect with the creative side of me and create some sick artwork. I love sharing our music tastes and knowing I had a teacher I could rant to when I needed it. You've been the best teacher I've ever had. I want to thank my stepdad, Steve. Thank you for getting up early and making me breakfast burritos and walking my dumb dog. Dad, thank you for always being one call away and making sure my car doesn't blow up. Adia, my sister, I miss you being down the hall. I miss being little girls together. To my mama, you have always been right there with me, even when I'm being an annoying teen. You are the strongest woman I know. I could only hope to be half the woman that you are. You're my hero. I love you so much, Mom. Thank you for everything. And to my boyfriend, Lucas Kane Ferguson, I spelled it right, you're the love of my life. I told you that I wanted to graduate in December, and you just knew that I would without a doubt. You have always supported me through everything and shown me more love than I ever thought possible. For almost 2 years now, you have stood by my side with unwavering loyalty and love. I love you, Lucas. Thank you for always reassuring me, even during the moments where I thought I might break, and always being there for me no matter what. To everybody else at this school, thank you.
Jaden Kane Hoffman. After graduation, Boots plans to enlist in the United States Navy to serve his country.
Well, here I am. Never been one for speeches. Here I have mine written here. After years of doing school and seeing everything, moving places, and doing what I do, I never really thought about this, graduation. So I only have a few things to say, for I believe actions speak louder than words. I give thanks to my father, who's been there forever, always been there and having my back. Give thanks to the friends and family that have watched my back and made sure that I'd push through no matter what. I also give thanks to friends that I've come to know in school, the people I've seen here. I've never been to a school like this. Never thought I'd make it, but hey, here I am. So thank you all for coming and watching our graduation.
Liliana Mackenzie Hudson. Lily will attend Arapahoe Community College before attending a 4-year college pursuing a degree in elementary education. Lily wants to teach grades 2nd through 6th.
Hello, good morning. I hope everyone is having a terrific Thursday, and it's gonna be a good day. I've spent 2.5 years at Oaks, and every morning one person is standing at the door with their smile and their own unique greeting, welcoming you into the day ahead. I've seen a lot of people come and go from this school, but through the sunniest days to Oaks' darkest moments, someone is always waiting for you with nothing but warmth and kindness to fill your day. I owe a lot to the school and everyone in it, and I feel as though this graduation speech is my opportunity to give tribute to all of those who pushed me to succeed when I was drowning in the depths of my own battles. The people in this building showed me every kid deserves redemption and mercy and held out a hand when I was in need of redirection. Everyone who I've had the privilege of meeting at Oaks took a role in getting me to where I am now, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. However, there are some individuals who personally held me above water and saved my life when it was in danger, and they deserve their own moment of appreciation. I'd thank everyone in my family who worked day and night through my worst moments in order to keep me on the right path. I wouldn't be at Oaks if it weren't for them, for my dad taking me to my interview and helping me find the courage to get my voice, to my brother and sister who taught me how to survive even through the unfair and brutal, my mom taking me to school every day, no matter the conditions surrounding us. The world has thrown nothing but hardships and trials at her, and she never let it stop her from giving me my education. Mom and Dad, I love you, and I hope you got your daughter back. My nephew has been the constant beam of sunshine through my journey, and I find myself thanking him every day for being the reason I push myself in order to be the role model that he deserves. Roran Hostin, Veronica Tapp, and Molly Johnson were the first genuine friends I've ever had, and they represent my turning point of when I truly became the person that I wanted to be. I wouldn't be who I am without their friendship. Ariana, Mason, Quinn, and Lee are at the center of everything. If I had 25 minutes, I'd spend all 25 on them. However, I don't think I could possibly ever express my gratitude other than thank you for everything. I'm so proud of the people that we've become, and I cannot wait where we can go and just outside for a little bit all the time. Mr. Pollitt has been the main source of positivity through the grief and heartache Oaks has experienced in the past few years. And I believe we are better off as people having been in the presence of him and the joy he constantly brings to our lives. Thank you for never letting the cruelty of the world stop you from spreading passion to others. I appreciate all you do. I've found that we as people find importance and comfort in our first steps, breaths, laughs. Brian Wood was the first person who ever truly proved that who I am is enough and took a chance on me when no one else would, which is why I believe he holds such significance in my life. Woody, I hope I've made you proud. Every time I find myself falling to the ground, you pick me up with a smile, a glass of water, and a simple, "It's gonna be okay, kid." I love you and thank you. Finally, I'd like everyone in my graduating class and those before it to take a deep breath and feel the warmth of Jules Daly. Jules Daly is the brightness in everyone's lives, and a role model we never asked for but needed, and a friend to all. I never thought that I'd find myself on the stage without him, looking up at me with his kind eyes, and to be doing so without him fills me with great sorrow. However, even through the grief, I am able to look back at fond memories of the man he was, and the words from our last exchange will sing in my head indefinitely until he can utter them himself once more. I'm so proud of you and everything that you've become. Jules Daly resides in Canyon Blue Skies. Canyon Blue Skies that can take him anywhere, including here with us today. Thank you all for coming, and congratulations to everyone on stage. I hope you all have a good day, stay safe, make good decisions, and have a tremendous Thursday.
Haley McKay Jackson. Gotta go give those out. Haley is attending Arapahoe Community College in the Emergency Medical Technician program. Since leaving Oaks, she has successfully completed the CNA program at ACC and will be taking the state test for her license. She plans to complete the EMT program by May and start her career in the medical field.
Okay, I'm a little sick, so bear with me. Okay, good morning. Thank you all for being here. Throughout my time at Oaks, it's really helped me grow as a person and taught me a lot about myself and how to be successful in life. I remember what it was like on my first day when I walked in and was nervous of not what a smaller school would be like. I did not know anyone, but I was immediately made to feel welcome and that this would become my home. I've had two of the biggest advocates who have helped me motivate me and push me to not only meet my goals, but to exceed what I am capable of. Dad, throughout our challenges and struggles, I know I can always depend on you, and you have helped me raise me to be the woman I am today. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for your support and love. You have been my advocate, and you were never afraid to step up and voice what I'm going through. We may not always get along, but you are someone I look up to and I would take a bullet for. He has taught me ice skating, basketball, hockey, and just about every other sport I grew up participating in. It seems like yesterday when we attended the father-daughter dance. You with your pink tie, me wearing my black-white dress and the most ridiculous bob haircut. I remember you swinging me around as I laughed, and I looked up into your eyes, beamed down at me with the biggest smile on your face, and you told me you love me. I hope I made you proud with what I have accomplished. I love you, Dad. For those of you that don't know, I got a tattoo over my heart for my dad so that he will always be close to me, and it represents the struggles a father and daughter relationship has, and and the love it also contains. Mom, you are my best friend. Growing up, we didn't have the best relationship because it was filled with arguments and bickering over the smallest things, like picking up my room or doing the dishes. My mom moved back home, and it was hard for me not to have my mom around when I needed her most. But I know that I could go to you about anything, and you will always have my back. Even though my birth mom was never in the picture, you have filled that role, and I'm proud that you were my mom. I love you. After all these years of helping me with my homework, attending all my events, your daughter is walking across the stage receiving her high school diploma. Cruz and Brittany, you are also watching your daughter graduate. You both have become my second parents. Cruz, you have helped me in ways that I can't explain. There are not enough words to describe how grateful I am for you. You are my shoulder to cry on. You keep me in check and tell me everything will be okay. You have never let me down, and you're always there for me anytime that it is needed. You have helped me through my hard times. You have helped me through my hard times, and you have been there and when I've needed you that I can count on. Brittany, you have been there for me through my hardest times. You sat there, looked at me, and told me, even though it doesn't seem right, you will figure it out. You both tell me you love me every day and that I got this. You've helped me pass high school. Let me talk to you whether it was academic stuff or personal stuff. You are both the strongest people I know, and I hope to become like that in my future. Brandon, you have become like an older brother to me, and you will always tell me to get back to class. Because go figure, I was never in class. You would always check up on me, and you would always be one, and you always are wanting to do good for others and people around you. You have made such a positive impact on my time here, and I'm going to miss you. Yuki, even though you've only been here for a short time, you connect with everyone so well that it feels like you have been here forever. You always make everyone feel welcome, and your smile radiates through the room. Marty, you help your students succeed, and you know how to motivate them. You have one of the best senses of humor, and the stories that you tell are absolutely ridiculous and could turn my whole day around. Peoples, you've helped me in more ways than I can express, bettering my career. You've helped every student in life and accomplish whatever goal or ambition they have. No matter what life throws at you, you don't let anything get in your way. I hope to learn that from you. Singleton, even though you transferred here, you made everyone love you. You have made such a positive impact on your students, including me, and everyone looks up to you. You have been a great role model to have. Schneiderwin, I never thought I would admit this, but you got me to actually enjoy and kind of like math. Having lunch with you was one of my highlights of my day that I would look forward to. You always made me try my best and work harder in everything that I do. Amadon, anytime I need something, you were always there for me to lend an ear and for me to depend on and listen to whatever was going on in my life. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Schmidt, you have taught me so much about the student council leadership and valuable skills I will be taking with me into my future. You and Amadon are the best student council teacher and have helped Oaks tremendously. Monashevsky, your positivity rubs off on all students, and I love how you are always smiling no matter what. We've made lots of memories together, and I'm going to miss you a lot. Klein, you taught me so much about zoology that I never knew we had. Many crazy adventures together. I just remember when I told you I wish I was in your class so I could get a cupcake the next day, and you brought me one anyways. Thank you for your kind heart. Hines, I think it's hilarious the day we sat in class and you finally got to understand Pollitt numbers, and it had you so confused. Don't worry, you're not the only one. You fit in so well here, and I can't wait to see the difference you continue to make in this school. Pollitt, your Pollitt numbers are ridiculous. I'm going to miss you when you wore the Viking outfit to class and I got to wear it when we took down the flag. You were absolutely hilarious, and you really helped me out this year. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Nerwin, we have had our challenges and ups and downs together, but I have realized something through it all. You have pushed me harder than any other teacher in order to help me prepare for life beyond Oaks. You have taught me so much, not only about the school, but about myself, and you have been so supportive. I truly thank you for all the lessons you've shown me. For those of you that don't know, I have epileptic and non-epileptic seizures, and Miriam has been through my side through all of them. I had a couple of episodes during my time here, and each one she was there. She would go to the hospital and check up on me. You are one of the kindest people I have ever met and genuinely care about the students. Words can't express how much of an impact you have on my life. Miriam, and how grateful I am for you. I love you. Malia, where are you? Up here. Okay, hi. Malia, you are one of the sweetest people I have ever met. You are beautiful, intelligent, and you make me so proud. I can't wait to see where you go in life and be there every step of the way. We got matching butterfly tattoos that are a symbol of my love for you and our friendship we share. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart because I know you changed for good. Olivia, where are you? Hi. Okay, Olivia, we got very closely so quick, and you became like family to me. You are so beautiful, and you are a constant inspiration to me. We have been through so many things together, and yet you have come out the other side so much stronger. Your strength, love, and goofiness have helped me get through some hard times. You never let people get in between your motivation to do things. I'm always going to cherish those memories we have shared and your love for Moulin Rouge. Come we may, I will love you until my dying day. I love you. I'm proud to be among the rest of the graduating winter class for Oaks, and I know you will all go along and do great things. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. The advice I give current students is to take advantage of each opportunity that arises. Follow your dreams to live life to the fullest. Thank you.
Mason M. Mason. Mason plans to work as an intern in a psychology-related field. She hopes to pursue a career such as behavioral technician and enjoy the rest of her life.
Good morning, everybody. There is, unfortunately, a point in everybody's life where you are forced to consider if maybe you really are alone, and if maybe you really have run out of second chances, and if you ever really get a chance to be happy. I don't think any of us really forget what it feels like to be convinced that you're not worth saving. When I came to this school, I didn't realize how thoroughly the love of other people can push those doubts from your mind. I'd first like to thank Jessie Condon, my math teacher. I cannot accurately give you a number for how many times she sat with me sobbing in the hallway. I couldn't keep it together some days, and she was always there. The type of person you want to trust with your education, but also your heart. I'd next like to thank Doug Talbert for being the craziest, single most intelligent person I've ever met. There were days at 9 in the morning where what you said would rock me to my core, and I had to go to my next class like it didn't happen. I'd also like to thank Ryan Hostetler, who taught me what real education should feel like, inspiring. And that even when people look down on you, you are not obligated to look back up at them, but rather forward for the sake of yourself. I'd like to thank Brian Wood for mastering the art of saying everything while not speaking. For seeing my pain and never once coming close to being fazed by it. You saved me in more ways than you know. Mrs. M, thank you for everything you do for this school. You carry us on your back, and I would not have graduated this early with my sanity if not for you. Lee Skillen is one of my very best friends. You would think each of us have a chip in our brains by the way we talk to each other and the way we can find each other in a room. Lee is a true creative, a beautiful person, and I am so lucky to know you and be friends with you. Liliana Hudson is possibly the strongest human being I've ever met in my life. I've seen her bounce back from things that would take me out of commission, all while remaining thoroughly kind, hilarious, and beautiful. She's taught me about integrity and perseverance and how friendship can touch your soul. Charlie Ferguson You were the first person I had the guts to talk to when I came to Oaks, and I am so eternally grateful for that. You have brought an irreplaceable, unique, caring energy to this school. I've watched you grow so much since we came here together, and it has been an honor. Quinn Valentine. Quinn, man, if it weren't for you, you know I wouldn't have made it up here. You were there through all of it. You experienced my greatest failures and my greatest successes, and you still stayed my brother through the whole thing. There were times where I thought I couldn't go on, and he sat me down and he told me that I was strong enough to get past it. And as it usually turns out, he has been proven right. Isaac Taylor, you and I have one of the best love stories ever told here. That night under the stars, it became obvious my life would never be the same. You've changed me for the better, and I can't thank you enough. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Jules Daly for changing the world with the sheer size of your heart, for saving kids across generations, for saving me in this one, and saving my mom 18 years ago. And to my mom, none of this would have happened if you hadn't paved the way for me in 2005. You believed in me and in what Oaks can do. Now both of us can stand testament to the fact that there will always be second chances. There will be happiness for all of us somewhere, and you are never truly alone. Thank you.
Lilith Evelyn Nelson. Lilith plans to take some time off to decide on a future career path. Lilith also plans to become a bartender in the meantime.
Before Oaks, I was really struggling. I couldn't keep up with the work at school, and a lot of times I wanted to give up. But thankfully, I have people in my life that inspired me to keep going. I want to start off by thanking my mom and dad for being patient with me. I know it's taking a long time for me to graduate, but I'm finally done. I want to thank my sister, Rory, who's been there for me through all of this. Without her, I also wouldn't have been at Oaks. I want to thank the Oaks staff and teachers as a whole for making the school a safe place where we can have a second chance and we can get the education we all need. Jules Daly, you were the first teacher I ever had at Oaks. Your class was a warm welcome to me in my first quarter here at school. You let us express our pain and emotions through our morning poems. So rest in peace. You're a great teacher. Paulette, you've been my school success teacher, and I've had your classes every single quarter. You're the most interesting English class I've ever had, and you've made reading actually interesting for once. Cruz, I've spent many lunch hours with you, talking to you about things that were annoying me. To me, you were more of a good friend than a teacher, but my teacher nonetheless. And Condon, I don't like to play favorites, but you were definitely my favorite teacher at Oaks. I always look forward to your class. There was never a dull moment in your room, and some of my favorite memories come from your classroom. I'll never forget the time the whole class voted on what my middle name should be. Thank you for being such a supportive teacher. The little compliments you gave me every now and then meant so much to me, and a big reason for my newfound confidence today. You were kind of like a mom figure to me at school, and now that you are a mom, I know you're going to be a great one. To my friends that I made here, whether we still talk to each other or not, I treasure the fun conversations and memories we shared together. Andy and Cameron, we don't hang out anymore, but you two were my first friends at Oaks. You made me feel welcomed in the school when I was new. Carly, it was always fun talking to you about the things that were bothering me, or listening to your stories. You've been a good friend, and it's always fun hanging out with you. Kylie, we haven't been friends for very long, but in these last 2 quarters, it's been nice getting to know you and talking to you. I just love hearing about how much you hate your mom's boyfriend. I also want to thank my best friend E. Cortez for being there for me even after she graduated. I'm so thankful to have met such a kind and supportive person who I never would have met without Oaks. This school made it to where I could learn to be myself unapologetically, and I'm happy with the woman I've become. I'm sad to leave, but I'm also glad to be finally done and have my life be something other than school. I wouldn't be up here today if it wasn't for this school, so thank you, Oaks. It was fun.
Matthew David Nightingale. Matthew plans to attend Arapahoe Community College. After this, Matthew wants to transfer to a university to earn a bachelor's degree in accounting to become a certified public accountant.
All right, so I like to start by saying these chairs be uncomfortable. I cannot lie, bro. All right, I just want to say thanks to both of my parents, my father and my mother. All of you guys have just been absolutely crazy supportive through everything I've done, through all the mistakes I've had, through all the successes I've had, through just absolutely all of it. And I'd love to give thanks to all the homies, every single one of y'all back there. Be absolutely insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without you guys, I don't think I'd be the same person. I was definitely a quiet kid coming into the school. I was quiet. I did not speak much. It just wasn't the moves, man. And then, yeah, no. And then one more thing. I want y'all to remember, this school, it's a place, or it's a people, not a place. Like, this school could be demolished, and we could go post up at the fairgrounds and continue learning. That's how it works. We are Oaks. The school is not Oaks. Remember that.
Carly Richardson. Carly plans to attend Avery Dennison car wrap training to become a certified technician to apply wraps and tints on cars. She also plans to attend college to complete a degree in business.
yeah.
All right, so I've been kicked out of plenty of high schools. I've dropped out. So just to be here in and of itself is quite mind-blowing to myself. I owe many thanks, especially to my friends, family, staff here, and many more important people. But today, right now, it's my time. I'd like to say some things about myself, and for those of you who don't know me, and even those of you who do, I love talking about myself, so I'm taking the time to do that yet again. I started in a college prep class in middle school, took honors classes the first few years of high school. I was looking fantastic, don't get me wrong, but then I fell off. I lost myself, I didn't know who I was, I surrounded myself by the wrong people and things. But in the last year I've spent at Oaks, I've relearned how to enjoy my life, and I've found ways to enjoy being alive. I've found myself. Every single person in this school has helped me in one way or not. Whether I liked you or not, that's fine. You helped me get here, and I appreciate you for it. My original speech was all about how other people have helped me get here. My brother for helping me with her homework all the time. I'm sorry. And my sister for reminding me that it's okay to not be okay. I love you. Thank you to my parents for not only helping me be here, but helping me survive and get to this point. I love you dearly. Yeah, so Scott Michael Brady was a part of the speech because I really do adore Scott Michael Brady, but he's not here, and I'm kind of upset about it, but it's fine, it's okay. And then the last bit of this is to my self-proclaimed best friend, Brittany Brewster. Without Brittany, I wouldn't have showed up to school. I wouldn't have graduated. I wouldn't have done any of this. Brittany is simply my lifesaver. And then the last person I have to say for anything is Charlotte. If anyone has been my lifesaver, it's been you. And I don't know where you are, and that's okay. Oh, just kidding, I see you. She truly is my lifesaver, and I love her forever and ever. Thank you.
Christian Elliott Fox Shearer. After graduation, Christian plans to begin an apprenticeship program to become an electrician. He also has dreams of becoming a commercial airline pilot.
Hello. I want to thank all my teachers who have welcomed me here with open arms and have made this school a second home for me. They would really dig deep into any problems that you would have and would really feel welcoming. I also want to thank my mother, who helped me make the move from Ohio to Colorado. It wasn't really easy for me to leave behind a lot of friends and family that I still miss to this day. Thankfully, I still get to see them quite often. And to my father, thank you for always pushing me to do stuff that I really never wanted to do. I was always really nervous about doing them, but it would always work out in the end. I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out. Thank you very much.
Aiden Joseph Smith. Aiden plans to attend Arapahoe Community College to complete an associate's degree in physics. Ultimately, he hopes to be able to transfer to CU Boulder to study astronomy and astrophysics.
I want to start off by saying this school is an amazing place with amazing people and teachers. I don't know why I separated the two. And mostly amazing students. Each teacher here actually feels like they want to be here and feels like they enjoy teaching what they want to teach. They feel like they enjoy helping students, and they don't feel like a lot of teachers that I had in classic traditional school that felt like they were just kind of there just to be there. I want to dedicate this speech specifically to those teachers that helped me get through this and just help me graduate. I want to start off with Mr. Daly, who is sadly not with us anymore. You helped me actually get settled in this school and helped me start speaking more and taught me what it meant to be a student here. You also kept me on a relatively good attendance, even if it wasn't always the best. And if there was one thing I could choose to change about my time here, I would definitely want to take more of your classes than just poetry. Mr. Marty, I want to thank you in particular for helping me get my work done. Yeah, at the beginning when I started here, I didn't do a lot to get my work done. And if it wasn't for you at the beginning telling me to stop running and hiding from my work, I don't think I would have done it. Klein, I want to thank you for helping me find my interest in astronomy and science in general. If not for you, I don't think I would be striving to go into an astronomy career. I'm going to miss tunes on Tuesday, but who knows? I might just come here and do it just from time to time. Pollitt, I want to thank you for always sharing your stories and making your classes actually fun. I've never been a huge fan of English before your classes, but you actually felt like you enjoyed what you taught, and you always had a story to tell alongside, which in turn made me enjoy it as well. Cruz, I want to say, I hope your first quarter without me wasn't too annoying. And secondly, I want to thank you for always being lenient and kind to us. If we had a day where we weren't able to do work, you were always understanding as long as we got the work done, and you were very supportive of us, even if I waited till last minute to do everything the first semester. Sorry about that. Schneiderwin, I didn't have you for long, but it was always fun to go into statistics class in the mornings and seeing you smiling before saying hello. I wish I had you for more classes than a first period math class, though. Mr. A, even though you're not here, I'm going to yell at him. I want to thank you for hanging out during lunch to play Magic or talk about games. It made lunch a lot less boring and overall a much more enjoyable time. Jared, I had you for the first quarter, but I had 2 classes, so basically a semester. It was fun seeing how you adapted the school during that quarter, and I can honestly say I feel like you are a great fit for this school, and I hope you keep on improving. Amadon, I want to thank you for always being there when we needed help with something, and always doing a great job at running student council. I still have zero idea how I was even allowed on that, though. Haas, I want to say thank you for always just being just a great person. I'm unsure if you're here right now, but I will also say it was a struggle to stay awake in your class at points because that was a first period history class. That was something. Miss Condon, thank you for always being willing to have fun with the class. Your classes never felt monotonous or drawn out because you were always willing to have fun, as long as things didn't get too out of hand. You still should have let us watch The Matrix, though. Mr. Walters, thank you for letting me join you during lunch for magic. It definitely helped me enjoy school and have something to look forward to when classes felt too long and drawn out. Whoa. And to my family, I know I could be annoying at times, and to be fair, you guys are too. But but I love you guys, even if, I love you guys. And I just want to thank everyone else who helped shape this school into what it is now. I hope to come back every now and then and see how things develop, and I hope everyone on stage with me feels the same. I have said this a lot in this speech, and you're all probably getting a bit tired of hearing it, but one last time, thank you.
Connor Andrew Stevens. Connor has committed to a future in the United States Navy. He will begin by attending basic training in January so he is able to serve his country.
Thank you all for coming today. Today is not about me. It's about all the people who worked so hard to inspire me to be here, for me to have a higher calling, one I'm proud of, and one that I'm going to make my family and friends proud of. I would like to thank my dad, my mom, Marty, Paulette, Cruz, and Condon. These are the people who believed in me the most and made sure I would never give up on myself or this school. And to my friends, Jackson, Austin, Hunter, MJ, Brad, Elijah, KJ, and Gary, and Xander, thank you for your kindness and amazing memories. I'm going to miss all of you on my travels and wish all of you the best and can't wait to see you when I get back. Thank you.
Leif Thomas Wright. You're good. Before I read his bio, I'll just let you know, in the course of many years as a student here, Leif had perfect attendance. He was here every single day he was supposed to be. After graduation, Leif intends to pursue a myriad of hobbies. He also wants to extend his education. Ultimately, he hopes to find himself in a career of molecular gastronomy and mixology.
Thank you all for this wonderful opportunity. And I wish you luck on your future endeavors and also a very pleasant holiday. Merry Christmas.
Yep, this is all you, buddy. Ian Mark Zuber. Ian plans to work after graduation. He also is looking forward to enjoying time off while pursuing his hobby of spending time in the outdoors with nature.
Okay, last one. I'll make it quick for you guys. Okay, DC Oaks has been nothing short of a miracle for me. I never found success in the public school system we have today until I came to Oaks 3 quarters ago. This didn't come easy for me, moving away from friends I had at other schools, but when the teachers and students welcomed me into this school, I felt I truly belonged. Not only did the teachers and staff welcome me, but so did the students, giving me a reason to show up to school every day. So I want to say thank you to both the staff here at Oaks and the students for welcoming me into their family. As my family will tell you, this wasn't an easy journey. The road less traveled for sure. But through all of that, the support system that my parents provided was what really led to this moment. It was the road with lots of bumps and unseen twists and curves, but my parents were always there for me, even in times I didn't want them to be. I want to thank my mom for being my rock, my source of comfort, and my guiding light through these confusing last 4 years. You've done more for me than I could ever thank you enough for. I love you. And to my dad, I say thank you for always sharing your values and life lessons. Without you, I wouldn't be anything close to the man I am today. You built a strong foundation for me, and I intend to continue building upon that. Thank you for always being there for me, even when I fail. I love you, and thank you.
Let's hear it one time for all of our graduates. This is awesome. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the incredible Daniel C. Oaks graduating class of 2023. Today, we stand at the pinnacle of achievement, the summit of your collective journeys through the valleys and peaks of education. Each one of you has taken a unique path to arrive at this moment, a testament not only to your resilience, but also to your unwavering determination to conquer challenges that might have daunted others. Here within the walls of our sacred school, we have forged bonds that transcend the conventional. Our experiences have been as diverse as the paths we've chosen, yet we've discovered a common thread, a relentless spirit that propels us forward against all odds. Your stories are not defined by ease, but by resilience, by the audacity to dream when others doubted, and by the unyielding courage to persist when the journey seemed insurmountable. You are not just graduates. You are the architects of your own destinies, the pioneers of uncharted territories, and the future leaders and contributors to society. Today, you carry not only your hard-earned diplomas, but also a wealth of experiences that have shaped each of you into individuals ready to embrace the challenges awaiting you beyond these walls. You are armed not just with knowledge from textbooks, but with the invaluable lessons of perseverance, adaptability, and empathy, the pillars upon which true leaders are built. Let us remember that your journey doesn't end here. It merely evolves. As you step into the world beyond, take with you the pride of your accomplishments, the lessons from your struggles, and the unshakable belief in your ability to make a difference. So as you leave this chapter behind and embrace the vast expanse of the future, please carry the torch of resilience and determination. Be the change makers, the trailblazers, and the ambassadors of hope. For you are not just the leaders of tomorrow, you're the leaders of today. Audience, please help me congratulate and celebrate our Daniel C. Oaks graduating class of 2023. Now, we have one final event before we formally bring this graduation ceremony to a close. So graduates, please rise for the turning of the tassels. Class of 2023, please move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying you as a graduate of Daniel C. Oaks High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of December 2023. Please have a safe and fun winter break, and please join our graduates out front for hugs and pictures. And thank you all for coming. Let's go, let's go, let's go.